Good morning. Here we go again. Let's find some playtime energy. My energy was slacking a little this morning. I don't have my favorite VA energy drink. So, should I advertise that? Anyway, so I'm a little groggy. Hi, Wendy. Thank you for popping in. So I'm going to try to share this out for a second. And excuse me for taking a second to stretch into it, to have some fun. I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just kind of like tired and groggy. I can't seem to find enough caffeine this morning. That's my own fault. Nobody else's. I'm the one that's addicted. And I haven't had enough. That's all. Thank you for sharing. I won't share to that one. I'll share to something else. So glad that you're here to help me, Wendy. Sherry, thank you for popping in. So we got 2 to play. You guys are right on the ball this morning. I think I was a few seconds late. I'm just, I literally, like I always wake up at 6:30, 7 o'clock every day, whether sunshine, whatever happens. And this morning, nothing woke me up. I woke up and I was thinking, nah, it's really early yet. I had the dark curtains pulled and I thought, nah, the sun's not even up. And then I looked out of the other curtain and I was like, oops, that's the sunlight. And so I think I slept for 8.5 hours, something like that. So I'm really having a hard time waking myself up today. I just want to sleep. It's cloudy out again. This area has been getting more rain. Like it's just every day we got, here we go again, more rain. So I'm trying to shake it out today, that's all. So, hi Charles, thank you for popping in. Anybody that pops in on any of these other websites, I think sometimes I get some people mad at me. I'm only able to look at so many comments. So I go live on Enlightened World Living. I'm going to say this again, and you guys all know this, but so I'm looking at your comments here. So anybody that pops in, I'll try to remind them later. If you see anybody, you won't see them either. See what's going on? My brain is really frazzled. Let's pull in some good clearing energy. So that's good enough. It's good enough. We got 4. Scarlett, thank you for popping in. I'm so glad you guys joined me here today. Who else is groggy? Raise your hand. Who else wants to take their little toddler and go to nap time today? That's what I'm feeling like. And it's okay. It's okay. You know, I learned this. I remember a while back I used to try to do a daily go live, and every now and then they pop up. And I remember at that point in my life, really just a year ago, not that long ago, probably 4 or 5 months ago. Anyway, I remember feeling like I always had to come on here and be Miss Mary Sunshine. I always had to be, you know, like if I was having a bad day, I didn't want to get online. And I'm learning better. I'm being told better. I'm being taught better. My team is always here and they're saying, you know, like, be authentic. Be yourself. This is me. I have good days. I have bad days. I have good moments. I have bad moments. I have things ups and downs, like the roller coaster ride that we're all on. We all have those days where we're not quite there. And the fun thing is I come on here with all of you and I try to be authentic. Some days, yesterday I came on, I was just silly. And I'm just like everybody else. I have all these moods and things. And so I'm going to come on and just be me. This is me. If you were sitting, I have this cute little room up front. It's all surrounded by windows. Birds are singing. And I come out here and I sit with my tea in the morning. And I try to wake up and I try to do something with this new haircut. And it's looking pretty rough. And I try to wake myself up. But I love to sit out here when I have company. I love to bring them out here. I have a cute little sitting area. And we just sit here and we talk. So let's be that today. Let's kind of just jump in today and be easy. Some days we don't feel all that. I'm kind of introverting today. That's a good word. I'm kind of like in my space of there's something going on inside of me. I've got some big growth going on. And so a part of me feels like that little loner child today. Wants to go sit in the corner and just be kind of quiet. So that's my child today. Who's your child? Hi, Alyssa. Thank you for jumping in. We get such a nice little play group every day. The most beautiful part of that is, that's the other half of that, is that no matter how I come to you, if I come in and I'm kind of, well, wow, I slept 8.5 hours without ever stirring. So I'm still trying to shake off my sleep. I can come to you like that because I'm very human. And yet I invite in Spirit, I invite in our angels and our guides and our ancestors and our loved ones. They come into the circle with us, and I feel them. It's like I said that I invite in, and I was like, oh, hello. And then everything changes. There's like this shift in energy, and all of a sudden, it's like, oh, okay, they're lifting me up. They're putting wind in my sails right now, and it's okay. I'm calmer. I love that. So, I guess remember that on those days when you're feeling really crummy or you don't want to get out and do what you need to do, is you can always ask for help. Isn't that beautiful when we ask and they're like, dang, here we are. My whole team just kind of came in and circled around me. They're like, okay, you don't got to do this all by yourself. We know you're kind of tired today, little one. They're going to treat me like a child. You're kind of tired. We're here. We'll do the work for you. So we'll have a beautiful meditation time in a few minutes and they will do the work, and I'll just be the vessel. How's that? Yeah, Wendy, if people watch the replay and think that they're being ignored, we're not actually ignoring. It's just if it's not live, we can't see your comments as they're coming in. So it's important to, if you want to be a part of any of these live shows, there's so many beautiful live shows happening right now. And it's so awesome to me that we have this ability to go live and sit here and talk. I'm sitting in the mountains of Tennessee, and you guys, Wendy, you're over the water in the UK. And Alyssa, all you guys, you're someplace different, and yet you're able to sit here. We're gathering together, like you're sitting here with me in my little room. We're all having tea, coffee, whatever kind of, some of you guys are later in the day and you might be having your lunch, whatever you feel comfortable with, and we can have a nice conversation. We can be human for a little while and just enjoy one another's company. We're all just people, right? We're all just in this together. So I'll tell you what. What's that cream ornament? It needs a good cleaning. Jim brought it to me. He brings me the coolest stuff. Hold on, I'm getting it. Because the reason why I love it so much, can you hear me? I gotta get myself back together. My birds are very noisy. It needs a good cleaning. But look at her. That's how I feel. I feel like every day when I stretch my arms up, it's like I'm ready to fly. Do you feel like that? So Wendy, I'm glad you brought her up. Isn't she beautiful? Look at her dirty. I gotta find something. I'm not sure what she's made of. He finds these things in his basement. He's my trader, for sure. I'll tell you the story about that if you want to. I call him the trader for a reason. See Megan, Michael, thank you for popping in. I have very noisy birds today, yes. Did we talk about that, Wendy? My windows are open, so the birds are going to sing for us. Wendy, you love that. I love her too. I've got to figure out what I can do. You can research for me. I think she might be porcelain. So I was looking at her yesterday. She's very dusty. She's beautiful though, the way she looks like she's getting ready to fly. So, and that's how I feel. So I'm going to clean her up so she can she'll stand right up there and show herself to us. Jody Spraker, thank you for popping in. I'm so glad you came to the playground. See, I am so looking forward to Sunday. You guys, 3 o'clock Sunday, see Megan, Michael, and I will be together. It's going to be a really fun time. So I hope you guys will join us. It'll be Eastern Standard Time again at 3 o'clock Sunday, correct? Make sure that I get that right. There's a lot going on right now. So I'm so looking forward to that show. It's going to be a good time. And I'm really thinking that if you are interested too, that maybe, I keep getting an egg, that maybe you would like to be on Forever After That with me one of these weeks. So we'll get together and see if we can work out a time. Sherry, thank you for popping in. See, gorgeous. Yeah, I think I already said hi to you. I get people are popping in so fast. It is. She's very pretty. He brings me the most beautiful gifts. Okay, let me tell you that story. I think I've told you the story before, but maybe I haven't. It's a really interesting story. Do you ever do journeying? Do you ever just get so deeply into meditation that suddenly you're someplace else? I have a lot of imagination. I will say that. And when I've seen visions of myself in a past life. I know that I was a shaman, a healer for a Native American tribe in a past life. And I know that Steve was also mine then too. And he was a hunter. And it was my job to bless the hunters and then to bless the meat and to be thankful to the animals that were giving their lives and to be the healer of the tribe, all of that stuff. there was a day that, I'm writing this and it's really, really good, so I'm going to let you guys have the book here soon. But he didn't come home. He went off hunting and he was killed hunting. And Steve and I have gone through this pattern, this cycle of life and death of over and over again, because there was something that we needed to complete, and it goes very deep. We did complete it in this lifetime, thank goodness. There will be no more loss like that in my life, or his. He stays close to me. We've completed the cycle, and it's like, I think that has something to do with his closeness to me, is that you did it, girl. You did it. You made it, finally. It was really big what happened with us. But in the second part, I think I've told you guys about how I was in a cave. I had gone away after Steve died, and I was in a cave, and I looked out of the mouth of the cave, and I saw all these horses, short tails and stuff, short manes. It was a long time ago. They were a lot different looking than they are now, so I know it was a long time ago. They had golden reeds all around them. The plant life was like golden reeds. And I saw them suddenly part, like they just moved out of the way. And when they moved out of the way, a great big wolf, great big black wolf with golden eyes came walking through, right through the center of the horses. And it came walking up to the mouth of the cave, and you would have thought that I would be afraid of it because it was huge. But instead of being afraid, he just walked up to the mouth of the cave, and he looked at me with these big golden eyes, and I recognized him. I knew he was Steve. We talked about this last week on Forever After That, actually. I knew it was Steve coming back to me. And so he just walked a great big, I can hear his feet, the pads of his feet touching the earth of the cave. And he walked around. I had a fire in the center of the cave, and he walked around to one side of the fire, and he lay down. And he just sat there looking at me. And I went over to the other side of the fire, and I sat down too, and that's where I slept. I had like furs on the ground, and I would sleep there beside the fire. So he laid on one side, and I laid down on the other. And I remember those golden eyes looking at me. Okay, so where does the traitor come in? I had another continuing, and another one, I was standing by the water, and this wolf came through. I heard him coming through the trees, and he wasn't alone. He brought somebody with him, and he had the hand of this person in his mouth, and he brought him. And I heard these words. It obviously didn't come out of the mouth of the wolf, but I heard these words: you never have to do this all by yourself. And the wolf brought this man to me. This is my new partner. Okay, so then I had a vision last year. This was really interesting. I was standing as if I was looking. I was in like a trader. There was furs piled up everywhere. It was like a trading post. That's what it was. There was a man there, and he had a big cat around his shoulders. It was a wild cat, and it was alive. It wasn't like just a fur. I remember him petting, and I can remember seeing the tail move, but it was like whatever it was, it had a long tail, and it was like maybe an ocelot, or I don't know, but it was beautiful. And I could see this man's face, and he had a big smile on his face, and behind him were all these things for a trading post. So I knew it felt as if this was his place. And then I remember asking, who am I? I see him. Who is he to me? Or who am I in this? And it was as if a camera turned around, and I looked at myself, and I was a Native American woman. I had very full cheeks. I had big brown eyes, and I had a big smile on my face as I was looking at this trader. So I knew he was mine. So I'm connecting the dots here. Isn't that interesting how all of these visions would come together, and it would be. So here's the thing. Probably a month ago, I was maybe longer, because I don't know if we were officially dating yet. We were walking up the hill, and Jim and I turned to him, and I looked at him, and I'm like, oh my gosh, now I know why I recognize you. I can see in him. I look at him, and I see that big cat around his shoulders. He's the trader, and he has collected items in his basement like you wouldn't believe in real life. He goes around looking in antique stores, and he's always looking for treasures. And I said, that's the trader in you. That's the reason. The reason I'm telling you this is because we are so multifaceted, and we have so many lifetimes, and truly there is no time. We all think it's in this chronological order. Truly, our lifetimes are all just kind of unfolding all the time. We have so many facets, so many parts of ourselves. we think that we've only got one soul. Like, that's it. They're just one. We're just one. We got one personality, one ego. It's happening now. And then something else happened 100 years ago, and something else happened, whatever. And guess what? There's no time on the other side. It's all kind of just unraveling on itself, isn't it? As we are evolving, time is kind of going all over, overlapping. That's a good word. And so here I am. Steve, once again, in this lifetime, has come. Our neighbors are talking up front. Steve, in this lifetime, once again, as my protector, like the wolf, he comes in with this wolf energy, makes me want to cry. Hello, Mr. Wolf. He doesn't want me to be alone. He wants me. He's always been super protective, and so he came to me once again and brought me to the place where this person would be, who would be my new protector physically, who would take care of me, who would watch out for me. And so, such a beautiful series of events, of an unfolding. That's a good way to put it, an unfolding of the way that my life has worked. And I hope that you can see, as I share these stories, I hope that you can see that kind of magic in your life. Can you understand that you are so much more than you think that you are? When you're reading these books, this morning when I was preparing for this, the word Pinocchio came to me. So we're going to go into the Pinocchio. Is that we have so much more. Jim is very thoughtful. He's a good man. If it's stone, you could try CIF cream. I don't think it's stone. I don't know what it is. I need to find out before I mess with it, though. See, she is beautiful, isn't she? He brings me beautiful. I don't even know what to do with all the beautiful things he brings to me daily. It's like, I got something for you, and I'm like, what, you got more for me? I truly look at him, and I'm like, do you know that you are my gift? That's the truth. I love all these beautiful gifts that he brings to me. I am just absolutely showered in beautiful gifts every day. I live in this home that he's creating this space for me that is like my dream. This is where I've always wanted to be. That's enough. I get to wake up every day in these mountains. I get to wake up. I get to spend time with a man who is so kind and so loving and so giving, and I never thought that could happen twice in one lifetime. So that's enough. I'm so blessed. Anyway, so Julie Kiss, hi. I think I've said hi to everyone now. Maybe you guys keep popping in. Chill bumps, yeah. It's a beautiful story, and I'm gonna put that. I've written a lot of it because I can really put my imagination into that, because I have seen myself in different lifetimes. I've been a little witch, truly. I saw her in Salem. I saw her husband, who was also Steve, take her from Salem because he was afraid that she would go end up hanging, end up dying. So he took her away, and he died in that lifetime too. But she continued on once again. She had a baby and she continued on. So I could tell you all these different lifetimes that I've experienced. There was another one. Oh, I saw myself. This was beautiful. I saw myself as this. She was probably Ireland. All I know, it was a huge cliff, and I'm very drawn to Ireland, so I think that maybe that's true. Huge cliff. She's standing over this huge cliff, and she is looking out over the water, and suddenly there's an electrical storm, and she's in this long dark green gown. She's very beautiful, and she has wild red hair, like curly wild red longs, and it's blowing in the wind. And she stands there and there's an electrical storm coming, and she's not afraid of it. It's like she raises her hands up into the air, and she's like drawing it to her. She's my inner mystic. I'm not sure what I would call her. The book, I typically, when I label it, I put the shaman, the mystic, and the witch, or something. I don't remember what, but that's what it feels like, these different lifetimes that we have. And there's certain ones that we pull from. You know that you, like, these powers that you are remembering. They might be getting enhanced, but you came through with these things, and you have learned them from past lives. You come through with abilities. I know that I was a witch in a past life. I've been so drawn to. I have a collection of brooms and cauldrons, and I have to choose. Then we get to choose, what do we want to pull from in this lifetime. Because remember, in different lifetimes, there's no judgment, and we've done things in other lifetimes that weren't necessarily the nicest things. We had to learn. We're always like little children. We're always learning, and so we do things that are not necessarily very nice. And then we learn from them, and we come back and we try to make amends. And so in this lifetime, I've had to really pull myself out of any kind of darkness, any kind of like dark magic type stuff, and into the light, hold myself in that place, because it can be very easy to be drawn back. Those of you who are energy sensitive, you go into these antique shops and you feel the energy of something and you're like, oh, that feels kind of dark. That might be fun. And then you go, nope, not this lifetime. Not this time. This time I'm going to try to hold myself in a higher vibration so that I'm not pulling myself down into that, because it doesn't feel good to me. It's okay for you. You get to choose what you want to do. For me, it doesn't feel good to me anymore to go into those darker magical things. I want to stay up here someplace. That's my job this time as a light worker. So, Marika, thank you for popping in. John, thank you for being here. Abulita, wow, we're getting a big group. Thank you, guys. Jasmine, wish one can let go of what doesn't serve us and get in touch with our tribe. That's perfect. That's what we'll do this morning, Jasmine. Thank you for bringing that up. And that's what I was just talking about. Those things that no longer serve us. We have parts of ourselves that no longer serve us. They were fun. They were useful. They were probably scary. They probably pulled us into. I know that I died for my abilities in past lives, and so there's that too. There's those energies that come in that can hold us back and make us afraid in this lifetime too. How many of you have been afraid to really show that you have abilities? I can tell you that I'm sure a few of you have been. You don't even know you're hiding. You don't even know that you're afraid to really let your abilities blossom, because in past lives you were probably right there with me. We're all big soul families, aren't we? And we died with each other for our abilities. So no more of that. Charles, peeling a layer of an onion. I love that. You may have talked to Paul Wyrostek. That's one of his favorite phrases. I think we wrote about that I wrote about that, the ship's cook, I think it was, in Anchor Light. How he works too when we're doing clearings and we're doing these sessions, healing sessions. It's about the layers of an onion. It's about we get in a little deeper every time we do it. And every time we get a little closer to the truth of who we are. So, Jasmine, beautiful events, true love, really magical. You are, yes, it is a blessing. Tina, thank you for popping in. Scarlett, I was running yesterday, and as I passed a really old house, I felt something move to my solar plexus. Yeah, I had an experience last night like that too. So be careful, because sometimes it's hard. How did it feel, Scarlett? Did it feel like a positive energy moving into your solar plexus, or did it feel kind of scary and cold? Because I had an experience. Yes, Paul is on my show tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. It'll be really fun. He and I seem to have a really easy time talking. So, and we've been, our lives just seem to like parallel each other a lot. We're like brother and sister. So it'll be really interesting to talk to him again live on a show. We haven't done that for a while. And then, the week after will be Katori Thomas, who is a medium herself, very skilled psychic. And then the week after that is going to be a special little guest that some of you know, because he is the photographer for Anchor Light, and he has been on shows before with me and Paul. It's Caleb, my nephew. He's very interesting. He's like a super interesting guy. He's growing so much. He's changing so much. So it'll be interesting to be able to touch bases with him again in a couple of weeks. So I hope that you guys will watch that. Tony, thank you for popping in. I'm so glad to see you. So where were we? So Scarlett, and any of you, when you're having those energy blasts, when you suddenly feel something and you're like, what is that? I had an experience last night. Wendy was good enough to tell me that there was a music box that I needed to pay attention to, and I thought it was something else. Last night I was walking through my house and I saw this music box that Jim had brought me, and I was like, maybe that's it. It kind of had been nagging at me for a while, so I picked it up, and when I turned it upside down, lo and behold, it had an attachment. Wow, did it have an attachment. It just was suddenly, I set it down. I was going to go get a tool or something, and I set it down, and I went walking through the house, and suddenly I had this ice icy presence at my back following me everywhere that I went. Truly, I was like, wow. And I was talking. I was like, okay, you can't stay here. No, it's okay. We'll talk in a minute. Don't attach yourself to my body. I'll come back to you in just a second. So I came back out, and we had a good clearing last night. We did a lot of sage. We did a lot of clearing, and I know that it was a woman who died, and that she had, I believe, stabbed in the neck. I had a huge amount of pain right here when we started spending some time together, and we talked for a little bit, and we called in Archangel Michael, and we called in all of my team because I was trying to keep myself in a calm space, and she let go. She moved on. I felt relief. It was I don't know, I love experiences like that, and it came right out of the blue. It came right out of the blue. I did not expect it. So Wendy, I'm giving you props today for reminding me to be more careful with all of these antiques that come into my house, to make sure that we don't have attachments, that we don't have, this is what life is, you guys, for you people who are super sensitive and waking up to your abilities. We have these abilities. We also are like a light, a big bright shining light to these spirits that are looking to cross over, that are looking to communicate, whatever it is. And I was talking to Terry Angel yesterday. Just yesterday, I watched her show. I can't think of the name of it. Wendy, if you want to post it, it was on last night. It was about having spirits in your home. And I had remembered so many experiences from when my kids were young. So many experiences of having spirit, lower vibrational energies. These were really earthbound spirits in my home. And I have gone my whole life up to a certain point. I never gave myself the title of medium. I just thought my daughter, she was playing who knows what games with earthbound spirits at a very young age. At 5, somebody was attached to her, some little boy, she said, who scared her really bad, and she shut down her abilities. And I thought, well, she's the one with abilities. Okay. She got them for me. That's what I was told by a psychic. I just was in denial. We are in denial often of our abilities. I don't even know where this is going today, except I'm just trying to remind you guys to maybe be more aware of yourself. If you have been having experiences where I would be laying on my bed and I would be taking a nap in a room all by myself in this house, and suddenly somebody would sit on my bed, and I'd be like, who is in my room? Why is... And I'd look down and I'd see the imprint on the bed. Nobody there. Or he smelled like exhaust, and so it would wake me up in the middle of the night, and I'd be like, what is that smell? I was a real light sleeper. And I'd smell it, and then I'd open up my eyes, and I felt like somebody was standing. I saw a dark presence right over me. So I've always had, for a really long time, I've had experiences where I've felt energy, really strong energy. And so what does that feel like, Scarlett, to you? When you're running by that house, and it's a really old house, and suddenly you feel something move to your solar plexus, because it could be an attachment. I want you to know that when we keep ourselves in a higher vibration, those lower vibrational energies, they really can't get to us. But that doesn't mean that we are completely relieved of our responsibilities. Are you a medium, or do you know that you're a medium? And when you feel stuff like that, what does it feel like? Does it feel scary or heavy or sad, and do you remember to ask to have any cords or attachments severed and released? If they're not there for your highest of good, they cannot stay there. You are the boss, and these spirits, they will try to attach onto you, and often the solar plexus area is where you'll have a cord. So today, while we're doing our time, is that we're getting up to that time, while we do our meditation, I'm going to ask to have everyone that stays in the group for the meditation time. It feels important, and I'm sorry we're not going into a lot of little child stuff today, but I feel like this is really important today. When these things come up, it's like, here, you need to talk about this, and people need to be aware, okay? That's me being responsible. And it's really letting our children fly free, isn't it? When we keep the space, this vessel that we have, clear of cords and attachments of lower vibrational energies, it allows that little child in us to come out and play and feel safe. So we want to feel that, okay? So it's sucked in, okay. Scarlett, I think it's a good idea for us to clear some energy with you. Caleb is very talented. He's a very talented, I'm just switching the subject. Let's do that in a little bit, okay? Stick around so that we can kind of clear that energy and see if we can help you feel a little more at peace. Caleb is talented. He's a very talented writer and photographer, and he's worked with me quite a bit. And he's also my nephew. He's a good guy. So, is it still out front? Is what out front? Is the music box up front? Do you want to know where the music box is, honestly? I left it sitting right there. It's right here in the room with us, but it's not scary anymore. It's after we did that clearing last night, I felt of it and the energy was gone. There's nothing there anymore. It's clear. So I don't have to worry about it. That's the most beautiful thing. And, you know, even as I was going to bed last night, I'm thinking, man, that kind of stuff used to scare me a lot, and I would have a hard time sleeping. And I was like, I don't really feel uncomfortable. I know that I have a beautiful team. I know that when I call on them and I'm powerful and I say, okay, Archangel Michael, I need you here right now. I need you to clear this. I need you to protect me. I need you to protect my land. I need you to protect every nook and cranny of my house. I need you to protect my child who's sleeping upstairs and my cat and my car and my land. And, you know, I'll start doing that immediately. As soon as I feel that energy, I start asking. Start asking. Don't let all of that, you know, typically there's nothing to be really afraid of, but start asking for protection because you do have it. That's my reminder to you today, is that you're just as powerful as any one of us, and you can call on your own team and you can ask them to come help you to clear energy. Antiques do hold so much energy. When I go into an antique store, I used to go to an antique store just because I'm an energy hound. I knew there was something going on with me. I'm like, why do I feel this? What am I feeling? And I would be pulled to certain things, and I would be repelled by certain things. And that was me learning. That was my little child going, hey, this is a toy. What am I going to do with this? And there was times when it absolutely made me fearful, and I would have to run the other direction. I'm more responsible now with that. When I feel an earthbound spirit, when I'm in an antique store, I know, well, I can help this person to cross over. But I also know that I need to protect myself, that I need to be careful, that I need to ask for protection, because none of us needs to walk around with a whole bunch of attachments. We don't need to carry other people's stuff. It holds you down. It keeps you from flying. It keeps you from finding those wings. So you don't need to carry anybody else's stuff around. We're not asked to do that. We're not asked to have these attachments. They will make you sick. If you have earthbound spirits are hanging around you a lot, and they are still in that energy of illness or death or pain, whatever they're in, and they attach to you, you will feel their energy, you will experience their emotions, you will experience their illnesses, their pains and suffering, because they haven't gone into the light yet. They haven't been released to heal. The most important thing is they go so that they can go into healing. And the longer they stay here, the more you're going to experience. So if you're feeling symptoms or moods that don't belong to you, anything that feels heavy, anything that doesn't feel right, nausea. I know when I had attachments, I often had nausea because they would attach to that solar plexus area. And so I would feel sick, or I'd feel really, really drained, or really tired, or really emotional, and it wasn't my own. So I want you to be aware of that. It's important that we talk about that today. Wendy, Robert Painley. Hi, Robert. My son has a spirit friend when he was small. Yeah, my daughter had a lot of friends. She spent time with my grandmother, too. And when I realized that was who was hanging around her a lot, my grandmother's not earthbound, then I was like, okay. I introduced her to my grandmother. She never got to meet her, so I showed her pictures, and she was like, oh, that's the lady with the two glasses. She knew her right away. My grandmother hung out with her a lot. But you want to be careful, because this little boy, she started having bad dreams, and this little boy spirit that was around her was not nice. And I don't know what happened. She was very young. She didn't really tell me. but she just shut down. So she, she tells me that she shut down. She doesn't really see anymore. She will come back out. She will remember her gifts as she gets older, and sometimes she still sees. I've asked her, and she's like, well, there's a guy that is, and she'll give me these details. I'm like, yep. So she still sees them. She just puts her blinders on. She's like, I can't see you, but they're still around for her. So it's important for us when we are, when we're aware of what's going on with us, then we can be more aware of what's going on with our children. And does she need my help? Does she have an attachment? Does she have, and I not only ask to have myself and my own energy field cleared every day, I ask for my children too. And many of my children are all grown up, but I still ask. I'm still protecting. I'm still the mama bear. Wendy, I feel the energy. I do not see anyone. That's how it is for me too. Sometimes I see. As I get more into this, as I allow, and that's really it, as we allow, our gifts can become more enhanced. I have had some moments of clairaudience for sure. I've had them, I've actually seen a couple of times, but mostly I don't see. Mostly I don't hear, except I hear Steve, but that's different. He's in spirit form. Excuse me. But as far as whoever was attached to that, I'm a feeler. I felt where she died. I felt her pain. And I felt her, what's the word? I felt her desperation. I felt her need. I felt her sadness. It hit me like a ton of bricks last night. I'm still recovering, and I know that has a lot to do with my heaviness this morning when I got up. Julie Kiss, learning so much. Good. It's like a woodshed into your gut. A woodshed. Is that the real word? I need to read down. Marika, I have from childhood all possible spirits and galactics and masters around now. Just beauty's perfect. Because you're taking responsibility. Take responsibility. We don't need to let anyone who doesn't feel good to us, and that can be in physical form or spirit form. We don't have to let them be a part of our existence. And we can every day ask for that. That's why I do this in a childlike way. I ask you to bring your children out, and I ask for your Holy Spirit, higher selves, to come into the room. And I also always ask, if you'll notice, Archangel Michael to come in for protection. And I ask to have you release and let go. And as we're doing that, even as children, because the best thing is to come at this as a child anyway. Excuse me, whenever we're ready to start doing clearing, it's like they just start sitting on my throat. It's like, hello, stop talking, let's do this. So we will. The music box, we're going to write a story about the music box, Wendy. Yes, the music box is sitting right here. It's fine though. It's a little creepy, but it's fine. Although I went through a lot of education, I to have around just who I choose. Exactly. You get to choose who you want to have there, and if you don't want them, you don't have to keep them there. Take that responsibility. Namaste, Tony. Thank you for joining us. Robert is not here where you were talking about Terry's show last night. Oh, thank you. You're so much fun. I'm so glad that I got you watching my back, Wendy. Robert Painley, that's who it is. Robert Painley was the show last night that was on. It's on Tuesday nights at 7 or 8. I think it was on at 8. You can look it up. He was very good. He's very good because he's a medium, so he teaches a lot about mediumship, and he teaches a lot about the experiences that you're having, maybe have had in your past, or you're having now in your home, or and so you can learn a lot. If you're into mediumship, you can learn a lot from him. Okay, clairsentience, yes, and clairaudient, yes, exactly. I love the clairs. Oh, it sucked. Sorry, let's see. Let me reread that. Where was that? Although I went through a lot of education, saw that. I want to go back to that original statement so I understand. Oh, it sucked in. Is it past a really old house? Well, something moved. Okay, so that just really tells me, Scarlett, that you're very, very energy sensitive. And it's really important for all of us who aren't, even if we're not energy sensitive stuff. If you're a light worker, if you've got any kind of abilities, you're still kind of a magnet to both good energy and bad energy. And the idea is that you take responsibility for that, and you know that the stuff is there. Fortunately, what I can give you is if you hold yourself in a higher vibration, you attract the same thing that you're putting out. So if you're holding yourself in a higher vibration, those lower vibrational energies, they don't even see you. It's like you're completely off the map for them. They're like, don't see that. They will go to those people who are holding themselves in the same vibration that they are, because you're literally not visible to the lower vibrational energies. So that requires us to spend time in meditation and raising that vibration. It doesn't even, you can do it in any way that you choose. Meditation is a good way to get more in contact with yourself, to understand what's going on better. But when I say ground your energy and go out, sit on a rock or sit under a tree, hug a tree, dance, put in some music, you know the things that raise your vibration. It might be talking to a friend. It might be certain funny TV shows. It might be TikTok or jokes or whatever. Be careful what you're feeding yourself. Some TV shows will pull you into a lower vibration. Some foods will pull you into a lower vibration. Some foods will help you raise into a higher vibration. Spending a salt bath, or sometimes just putting a piece of pink salt under your tongue. Sometimes, little things like that. I know some people will actually take the pink salt and rub it on their hands. That raises their vibration. So remember that it's part of your responsibility is to ask to be cleared, to work to hold your vibration up higher so that they can't even see you. There will still be earthbound spirits that will see you because they're not in a really low vibration. They're right there equal with you, and they see you and they need help. And you're putting out that beacon of, I can do something to help you. And it's okay. I didn't really want that experience last night, but I welcome those experiences because I came here to help. I help with the living, and I help with those who have passed who need help too. I don't limit myself because Steve has taught me very clearly there really is no such thing as death. And we are all souls, we're all spirits, we're all energy. And so when I experienced something like that, like I did last night, at first I was like, wanted to go, okay, I got to run away from this. Then I was like, well, I don't need to run away from this. I know better. She just needs my help. And she took it, and she moved on. And my house became calm again, and the energy was gone. And so I took responsibility, and I helped her. And that feels good. Scarlett, we'll clear that, okay? We're going to do a little clearing. Gardening is my space. Jody, that's what helps raise your vibration. A lot of people are gardening. That's because we're so drawn to the earth and flowers and nature. And so just getting your hands in that dirt is very grounding. And that's an excellent way to do that. So we are coming up to a point. Let me see where the energy is. I want to get yourself comfortable. Let's kind of, as I'm sitting here, I'm going to kind of center us all, get us all in here in this group together. So we do this in the way of the inner child. So my way of centering is to call your child in. Call in that inner child for just a little while into the playgroup. I feel you. I got the door open. It's like at a classroom. I open up the door and all your little children are just parading in. And you're taking off your little backpacks and you're hanging them up. I see you. You're cuties. Come on into the room. Let's have some fun for a few minutes. We got about 15 minutes. Water. Julie, water is beautiful. Dana, thank you for joining us. I love water too. I'm a water baby. So as you bring your inner child out to play today, dig in deeply. If you haven't met that inner child, let's work with that child. All of us are still children. We still have those children inside of us, our little creators. They are the little powerhouses. They're the ones that are going to help you to create a better life. So we want them to feel welcome. We want them to feel as if they are so loved. So every one of you, I'm seeing you as a little child now, and you are so loved. Little cuties. Bring them out to play. Let's sit in a little circle. Let's be good. John, if you're still here, I need you to be good too. Sit down in the circle. Find your peace. I can see you a little cross-legged. You're just like a little Indian style, sitting there together. Kind of little smiles at each other. Can you see each other? The child version of yourself. Can you picture that? I see you as little cuties. I would like you to really relax your body. Imagine yourself holding onto your favorite teddy bear or whatever stuffed animal you really like, or it might be a favorite blanket. Whatever it is, snuggle up with it, get yourselves comfortable. Nice. I feel us getting all nice and centered together. Peace. Relax your shoulders, relax your body as it sits in your chair, wherever you are right now. If you're driving, be careful. Get really relaxed. Let's be in a place of surrender. Let's be in a place of, it's all okay, it's all okay. We've talked about some kind of scary things, and yet it's okay. It's okay because we have so much protection. So we're calling in Archangel Michael right now to put an air of protection all the way around us, like a big bubble of protection. We are completely safe here. Nothing can harm us. Anyone that we call into this healing space can only join us if they are here for our highest of good, each one of us. And so I would like you right now, it's Grandparents' Day, or you get to bring a loved one into the classroom. If you feel drawn to any loved one that has already passed, if you have an angel or a guide that you'd like to bring, whether you know their name or not, you can bring them into the circle with us. That's okay. There's plenty of room. I feel a whole lot of energy entering the space. Can you feel that? This entourage of loved ones just joined us here. And you have someone standing at your back right now. If you didn't call in a loved one, then an angel has come to stand at your back. Can you feel that? If you lean back a little bit, you can feel they're there. They want you to know we're right here with you always. We're always here. Breathe in this energy of love. It's hitting my heart right now. So allow that energy to fill your heart space. It's beautiful. And we're asking today, for those of us who have any kinds of cords or attachments, any earthbound spirits who are not for our highest of good, if they've formed any kind of attachments, Scarlet to the solar plexus, anyone else who has any kind of attachments, if you're feeling illness in your belly area, it may be a cord. Let's ask Archangel Michael to come and sever, and then any earthbound spirits that are here that are attached to any one of us, we ask that the Archangel Michael would carry them on up into the light, that they would be released, that their souls would be set free so that they can go into healing. So we ask for that clearing today. And for each one of you in your homes, every nook and cranny, where you sleep, where you eat, where you cook, where you spend time with your families, for each one of your loved ones that are there with you, that you want to pull in. If you have loved ones in your home, children, grandparents, aunts, uncles, those that you're concerned about, you can say their names right now. We ask for a clearing of each one of them also. Create a safe, beautiful aura around each one of them and keep them safe. I ask for my children, each one of them. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful clearing. I want you to know, if you're holding on to the energy of a loved one that has passed recently, and you're afraid to sever that cord and you want to hold on to it, I can guarantee you that when you sever that cord, that they do not go away. The only thing that goes away is their illness and their disease and their sadness and their grief. They go into the light, they find healing, and then they are there for you in a healthy way. The love always remains. It doesn't ever go anywhere. We're just releasing them into healing. So you can let that go if you're ready. And as those cords are cut, there's a lightening in the room. Each one of us feels more free. Health returns. The belly feels better. My belly feels better. Thank you. The energy is lighter. There is an energy of love. We're asking for healing. Archangel Raphael is here. He's bringing healing to each one of you and to each one of those loved ones that you've named. He can be everywhere at once. There's nothing that stops him. So all you got to do is call on him when you're not feeling good. He is happy to help you. And he loves it. I just felt his love. It's like I love it when people call on me. How beautiful. We're asking for healing, for clearing in each one of our chakras today. Coming down through the crown, up at the top of your head. And into the third eye. Clear away the clutter. Help us to see more clearly. Help us to know our own truth. I feel, what do I feel? Hold on. That's really beautiful. I feel like there is love in both of my ears right now. Like they're whispering in my ears. Like I'm more open and I'm hearing better and I'm feeling. Can you feel that? Can you hear? Stop and listen for just a minute. Is there anything that you can hear? You're not really using your eardrums and all of those parts of your ears. You're using a deeper kind of hearing. Your third eye is deeper. You're not using your eyes. You're looking back as if this is a good way to think about it if you want to see more clearly through your third eye. Think of your third eye as being like a movie theater, and instead of looking through the fronts of your regular eyes, you're looking backwards into your head, and there is a white screen there. So you're using the center of your forehead right here, this eye instead, and picture a movie screen going in. It's in. You're not looking out, you're looking in. So turn off those regular eyes and see through this one, and it looks in, and there's a movie screen back there, and you can see things playing on that movie screen when you practice. That's how you see more clearly with your third eye. Practice that. I'll tell you one really great way to do it, one more little education. As you're meditating in a dark room and you have a candle burning, look at that candle for a while, just stare at it. And then close your eyes. And you'll still see the candle burning. That right there is your third eye seeing. You've closed your regular eyes and suddenly you've moved your vision into that third eye. Practice that more and more. And the more you practice that, the more you'll find that your third eye becomes more active, it's like exercising it. It's like, oh, okay. It's like a muscle. You got to teach it. You got to stretch it. All right. Where is that energy moving? I feel it down. Oh, yeah, good. It's going down into the throat. Let's clear away energy in the throat. Anything that you're ready to let go of, you can let go of right now. If you would like to find your voice, allow that energy to clear that right out. I see like a pool. Oh, goodness, it's beautiful. Stretch that. If you feel like you've got a yawn, it's a good time to do it. Oh, that perfect energy going through the throat. It's like I see this beautiful white pool, and the water is clear, almost crystal clear, just slightly blue, translucent almost, the light shining on it. That is a healing pool. Would you like to take your little one and step into that healing pool? You can. It's waiting for you right now. Energy down into the heart. It's beautiful. I'm still stretching in the throat, so if you've got healing going on there, just let it continue. Stretch that out. Bring your neck right up. Stretch your spine out. Let that energy flow. If there's something that you're holding on to, if you're afraid to find that voice, let go of fear. Visualize yourself letting it go. Archangel Michael just comes in, scoops it up, takes it away. You don't need to be afraid anymore. You can use that voice. It's okay. If there's any more cords or attachments, Archangel Michael, we ask for each person in this group to have those cords or attachments severed and released at this time. As we will, so let it be done for each one of us. Let it be done. Let it be done. Okay. I'm waiting it out. It's been clearing in the heart space and the throat for a while. There's a ringing in my ears. You guys have some work going on for sure. You get some opening up, some energy flowing inside of all of those areas so that you can hear spirit, so you can see spirit, so you know that they're there. Down from... Okay, let's do some more clearing. We're not done yet. Keep working on it. Let go of that, whatever it is that you're holding in your throat. So scared to speak, it's okay to come out now. We don't need to be afraid anymore. There feels like there's healing going on in the ears, and I'm not sure what that's all about. If anyone is having an earache or you're having issues with your ears, that's what I keep getting drawn back to, is the ears today. So we're allowing that healing. If you need that healing, just say yes. Archangel Raphael is right on it. It's already happening. We allow that healing to take place. That's beautiful. Dana, if I didn't say hi, I'm glad you're here. Okay. Moving that energy down into the belly, into the solar plexus. Let's clear away the clutter. Anything that no longer serves us, that we've stored up there, that's our storing house. Storehouse, whatever you want to call it. Let's let go of those things that don't serve us anymore. I'm feeling the need to wiggle my wings again. Move your shoulders. You're growing your wings. You got to make space, okay? Just bring them like a butterfly, first opening up its wings. Let them out. Play. Okay, something just lifted. Perfect. Up in the solar plexus. And we're going to go down into the second chakra. Clearing away, helping you with your creativity, with that sexual energy. That's a very powerful place, with the womb, with the mama energy. Wrapping you up in a big blanket, letting you know it's all okay. It's okay. You are okay. You're perfect. Your little being inside of you is incredible and perfect, just like that newborn baby. I wish you could see how beautiful you are. Okay, lots of energy in the solar plexus, and it's just shooting on down. That was a cool, thank you for that. And down into the sacral chakra. I'm just feeling things out. Hang on. We're creating a foundation to jump off of. Like, this is today we peeled another layer of your onion. We have allowed you to see more clearly, to feel more, to sense more, to feel your own energy when it's clear. We take away all those cords and attachments and allow you to just feel your own energy. How good does that feel? I want to feel my own emotions. I want to know what I feel, not what anybody else. I don't want anybody else getting mixed into that. So right now, for just a little bit, what does it feel like as you're sitting here in your own energy space? What does that feel like to feel completely clear and centered right now? That's the feeling that you need to go back to. When you're meditating, can you bring yourself back into that centered space? Can you ask for clearing? Can you allow yourself to feel completely in your own energy? That's where the wings come in. As you allow yourself to be in that energy of just yourself, it gives room for expansion. It allows your own abilities to become more enhanced. It allows you to find more opportunities as you go through life. Your eyes are more open to the goodness and those opportunities that are around you. And they've built you a solid foundation to jump from. It's a platform. That word just came to me. We've built you a platform. You can stand solidly on this platform. It's okay. Stand there. Observe the world from your platform. Look around you and know that this is your creation. You're powerful. And the energy is moving down the legs now. And I'm very sorry for the big trucks. The energy is moving down your legs, down your feet, and there are roots sprouting through your feet, and they're going deeply into the earth. I can see them. They're beautiful, strong, healthy roots. You need strong, healthy roots to grow from. So we are pushing those down into the earth right now. And as that happens, Anything negative, anything that you're still holding on to, release it now. Any kind of darkness that's still in you, let it go down into those roots, down into the earth. The earth takes that energy, loves that energy, and recycles it and brings it right back up. You're so welcome, Julie. I hope you're feeling better. Right back up. Allow that energy to come right up through you, up our legs. I feel it moving. It's at the knees and up into the thighs, and it hits that sacral chakra, and then it starts really lighting you up. So each one of your chakras now is just spinning beautifully and lighting up from the base all the way up as a beautiful rainbow shoots up inside of you. Visualize that beautiful healing energy that you've just created through yourself. Allow it, if you're so willing, to come right up through your crown chakra and go out to the world, to wherever it's needed. You can ask specifically for who you want to receive. I just like it to go wherever it's needed. I'm just letting it go. Just let it go. You're a beautiful, shining light. You're so clear, and you've come here for this. This is the most important work that you can do, is to allow yourself to get clear and allow that beautiful light of yours to shine out across the planet. People are waking up right now. I can see them. They're like, what is that energy? Bing. Their heart just got the wake-up call. They're waking up. They're waking up. And the more that they wake up, the more that they start to seek. And the more that they start to seek, the more the planet evolves along with them. Our souls are evolving and creating a new earth. Isn't that beautiful to be a part of that? That's what we're here for. We have so many opportunities to shine our light. The most important thing is that you're here. Breathe deeply. Lily, thank you for popping in. We're only going to be here for a few more minutes, but I hope you'll go back and catch up, because it's a beautiful clearing. We had a very interesting conversation. I'm so grateful to those people who came in. I didn't know where it was going to go today, and it's gone to some really interesting places. So it's all about being responsible. It's all about being responsible with your energy and knowing your own power. The most important thing that you can do is to remember who you are. The most important thing you can do is to remember who you are. Steve's whispering that at me right now, Sherry. Sherry, thank you. You guys are so welcome. I think we're really out of time. We pushed it right to the limit today. I love you so much. I am so grateful, so thankful to you, so thankful to our angels and our guides and all those loved ones that joined us here today. And to just, I'm thankful that I'm just alive and I'm breathing today, and that I can be here with you every day. And I look forward to the opportunity of being here with you tomorrow. I hope that your day flows more smoothly than ever, that opportunities open, that your gifts become more open, and that you have the opportunity to rest and to let all of this beautiful energy that you just had flowing through your body to integrate it, allow it to help with this expansion. Breathe deeply today, stretch your body, dance a little bit, and just be in a space of gratitude. That helps truly when you're thankful for every breath, for every flower, for every gift, everything that you see around you. It raises your vibration. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. You are so welcome. I will see you here again tomorrow at 9:30, tomorrow night at 7 with Paula Rustek. You're so welcome, Wendy. Take excellent care of yourselves today. I want to see you again tomorrow. I want to see those smiling faces of your little children. Marika, you're so welcome. That was deep. We did go deep, and it was very healing and cleansing, even though it was short. So thank you for joining me in that. Take good care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.